Today we're going to make the old-timey brown burnt looking paper in the background of your picture. First you'll need a piece of newspaper. We want to make sure that there's a lot of writing on it and not a lot of pictures. The pictures are too distracting. Once you have your newspaper, you'll need paint, water, and a big paintbrush. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to rip the outer edges of your newspaper. Be careful because the top and the bottom of your newspaper are going to want to rip. Very difficult. They're going to rip in little pieces. So you want to make sure that you only do little pieces at a time or you're going to end up ripping your paper too much. The sides of your newspaper are really easy to rip in one big long strip. Make sure that there's a rough edge all the way around your paper. It'll make it look more rustic that way. Once your paper is all torn, you'll need a piece of construction paper to help hold your newspaper sturdy because the newspaper gets really flappy when it's all wet. So when you get your piece of construction paper to carry your newspaper on, you can start painting. You can either wet your newspaper first or you can paint a wash of brown directly on top of it. A wash of brown means that you're going to water down the paint. We don't want it to be super dark. We want to still be able to see the print of the newspaper through the brown. Cover the entire newspaper except for the very outer edges with this wash of watercolor brown. It's okay if your paper gets really wet. You want it to be wet as you're working because you want the brown to mix with the black that we're about to use. You want to make sure that you get black on your brush next and just go around the outer edges, completely covering the ripped edge and kind of overlapping the brown color as well. This is going to make it look like it's been burnt. As you're going around with the black paint, you can actually take a little bit of just plain water on your brush and kind of run along the border between the black and the brown and smear the two colors and blend them together. If your paper is wet enough, it might already be blending together as you go. I waited till I was all done with my black and then I washed off my brush and did a final kind of brush over to make sure that my brown and my black were blending together nicely. If you see any areas that are starting to get too light, you can go back and add some more color there, here and there. And when you think that you have made a really nice burnt looking piece of newspaper, you're going to write your name on the construction paper with Sharpie. Put it in the dry rack.